Normally, children are guided by their elders, whether it be a person outside the family who is older, or whether it be a person inside the family. Most of the time, they guide with good intention, but often this hierarchy is taken too seriously, cause a lot of the time, adults are not always right, and they spew out bullshit reasoning for things. And people who are younger have no say because they should always do as their elders tell them to do, and to respect their elders no matter what, because since they are older, they always know better than you in every situation, and if you don't do as they say, you'll be subjected to punishment. This concept is unjust and at times plain stupid. Hey guys, Aastran here. What is up, the hyper-leveled orientated perspective, and I'm going to be ranting about elders who always thinks And I'm going to be ranting about elders who always think that they're right in every situation when it comes to dealing with people who are younger than them, while sharing one of these experiences with one of these adults. I graduated high school like a month ago, and I had a party the day of the graduation with only family members attending. Right after the graduation ceremony, I pretty much went straight home to my party. Before I left my house for the graduation, it was just my immediate family. But coming back, there was like 6 more family members when I walked back into my house. All of these family members were older than me except for one. When I walked back into my house, I was still wearing my cap and gown. Underneath my cap and gown, I had black formal pants, then I had like a white formal shirt. I don't normally dress like that, but when I do, I find it really uncomfortable. And I've been dressed in my cap and gown and all my formal clothing for like 3.5 hours. So I went to my room to get changed. I just added my formal attire and I put on this exact same outfit. As you saw, this is a pretty nice outfit in the fact that there are no holes, no stains or anything. I kept it unbuttoned like this, and I threw on a pair of sneakers. Okay, here's where it starts. I walked out of my room to use the bathroom. As I crossed the hallway, I saw my dad. He told me, "You should put on a better shirt." And I was like, really? Cause, you know, like I said before, there's nothing wrong with this at all. We're not having the Queen of England over. My cousin, who is about 8 years older than me, was somewhere behind me and came up to me and gave me this concerned/serious look. She pinched the collar of my shirt and told me to put on a different shirt as well. She started walking down the steps to the first floor of the house, which was where the party was. While I was leaning on the bathroom door, thinking that there was no legitimate reason for me to change my shirt, which there wasn't. As my cousin was walking down the steps, I asked her legit. There was no response for a second or two, so I guess she didn't hear me. So I asked legit again, but this time a bit more louder. And she's still walking down the steps, and we're not even like 10 feet away from each other. So finally, I asked legit at the loudest someone could talk without having it to be considered screaming. Really abruptly, the steps on the stairs stop, and all I hear is, "Legit, son. Yes, legit. If your father tells you to do something, do it." And like, it was like much more serious and much more like, well, not much more, but like a little bit angrier than that. Like, cause you know, I was looking at her at the same time, and she was just like all like tensing her body and stuff, and just like shaking, like just like freaking spazzing out. And like, it was like literally for seemingly no reason, which it was. And after she spazzed that sentence out, she turned around sharply in anger. Okay, there are a few things here which really pissed me off. One being, my cousin ignored me as if I was saying something stupid. And I'm 100% sure she heard me both times before the third. Also, she's never the person to say son like that at all. So I guess that she said son to communicate with me better, even though I never used the word son like that, and I only said legit. See, not only was that stupid, but it was just like cringy. Okay, get this. She continues walking down the steps and says sorry to her mom, which is my aunt, and the rest of the elders who are there, for going off on me with the reasoning of something along the lines of that I should have known my place, and that's why she yelled. What? Are you f***ing joking? You just yelled at me over a goddamn shirt, and how are you apologizing to the people who had nothing to do with our conflict? You guys see what's wrong there? Okay, imagine someone has just pissed you off by screaming at you for no reason at all. And instead of apologizing to you, they apologized to someone standing next to you who had nothing to do with the conflict whatsoever. That's literally what just happened. What kind of logic is that? Now I'm standing in the bathroom's doorway to double process what just happened, and I got really furious. It still gets me just a bit angry to this day when I think about it. I went inside the bathroom and made sure not to slam the door, because if I did, it would have caused a shit ton of more issues. When the door was finally closed, I stood there for a second or two. I took a step back from the shower curtain while simultaneously cocking my arm back really fast, and then I punched the curtain as hard as I possibly could. I really mean this when I say this, but I was fucking livid. Like, I actually could not believe that bullshit had just happened. I forgot to mention this earlier, but when my cousin touched my shirt, she also squeezed my cheek right afterwards. If you're going to touch me at all, don't spew shit at me later over what I want to wear that is totally appropriate at my graduation party in my house. I did not say that out loud, but I was still having quite the anger fit in the bathroom. But now I tried brushing my hand on the cheek that was pinched before. I was so pissed I did not realize how fast I was going, so I accidentally slapped my cheek. I was that furious. This probably sounds weird and outright crazy, but I tried to remove the touch that was on my cheek. Okay, that makes no sense whatsoever, and I sound like a schizophrenic when I say that out loud. I eventually calmed down 25%, but I'm still super angry. I wanted food for my party, but I could not go downstairs right away because I still had the shirt on, and it would have caused a really big issue if I went down and I still had the same outfit on. By better shirt, I knew that I was to put on a formal shirt, and I had 3 in my closet. 1 black, 1 white, and 1 green. It was about an 85-degree day, so I was not gonna wear the black one. And I didn't really want to wear the green one because I simply did not like it, so I chose the white one. I then went downstairs. I knew my cousin was somewhere downstairs, and I wanted to give her the dirtiest look I could possibly give her without causing an issue. Or without causing more of an issue, I should say. I saw her in the kitchen from across the hallway, so I went into the kitchen. We made eye contact, and I just gave her the most anger-filled, dirty look I could possibly give while walking past her. It lasted about 3 seconds, but then she gave me this concerned face back, and I looked away because I did not want to talk to her. I went to take some food, but before I could look through all my options, I heard my cousin call my name. In my head, I was like, what the fuck do you want now? I really did not want to speak to her, but I turned around to face her. At that very moment, I probably looked dead inside. She asked what's wrong and asked if I was okay, then said, "Why do you look upset? It's your graduation day." I don't know. It's not like you fucking yelled at me over what shirt I wanted to wear at my graduation in my house because you think I should take everything my parents say as if the whole galaxy depended on me doing so, even if it was a suggestion. And also because you're an adult, that warrants you to be disrespectful to me over trivial shit like that. Fucking miss me with that dumb shit. I did not say this out loud because it would have caused a huge shitstorm with all 8 adults who were there. Okay, really quickly. Things with the camera happened, so there's just going to be gameplay for the rest of the video. Back to the story now. I only said, yeah, I'm fine, pretending not to be angry as hell for the time being, because I wanted the conversation to end quickly. The elders in my family are the type of elders who verbally gang up on someone who is young when one other adult addresses that person who is young when they did something wrong. Like, I could leave a breadcrumb on the countertop, and then when my parents would say something about it, then not even 30 seconds later, I have freaking 10 adults all just yelling at me. Throughout the rest of the party, my cousin and other family members proceeded to periodically ask me if I was okay because I had this face of someone who's had their favorite gaming console thrown in a pond. I've had this face for about 3 hours, I'd say. That's actually how much the situation angered me. After I said, yeah, I'm fine, she said okay for the time being, and that was that for that moment. I went to choose the food that I wanted, but I wanted to make sure that I was allowed to take what I want because it may not have been ready to serve. I asked my aunt, who is the mother of my cousin, what am I allowed to take? She told me, what kind of question is that? Of course you can. You can do whatever you want. It's your graduation party. Well, apparently fucking not. According to her daughter, I have no say in what fucking shirt I could wear. I responded to her with, oh, okay. But in actuality, that triggered me all over again. And as you can probably tell, that triggers me even now, pretty much a month after the fact. Not long after that, my cousin noticed that I was wearing a white formal shirt and told me to put on another shirt. I don't want you to get this shirt dirty. At that moment, I was 85% tilted. I went upstairs, back into my closet, and changed from my white to my black formal shirt, since I did not want to wear the green one. I go back downstairs, dressed in the black formal shirt. Guess what happens next? Almost immediately, my cousin and my aunt said I can't wear that shirt either because it was an 85-degree day, and asked if I had another shirt I could wear. Another shirt! Like, make up your fucking mind already. I said the green shirt was the last formal shirt I could change into. I don't know if you see this coming, but guess what happens next? They told me to change into that, but I said I really did not want to wear that shirt. And my cousin surprisingly let me have more options by saying, you can put back on the shirt your dad told you to change out of. That was my head slamming against the desk. And no, it did not hurt because my brain was already numb by this stupidity. In my mind at the time, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Thinking about it gets me on full tilt. I changed back into what I originally wanted to wear, then went back to try to enjoy the rest of the party. But like I said before, I had this noticeable expression on my face for a few hours after the fact because that bullshit really got to me. I got yelled at for not following my dad's suggestion, not command, because he said should. Even if it was a command, it should still never be an issue. But I was forced to change into a new shirt, to go downstairs, to be told to go back upstairs, to change into a new shirt again, to go downstairs again, to be told again to change my shirt to what I ultimately had on before the conflict arose, all because I wanted to be comfortable in a shirt that I wanted to wear at my graduation party in my house, not to mention being spazzed out on. Okay, normally one would be super excited on a special occasion like this, but I knew from my 17 years of life experience that there might be some hiccups that would destroy your mood like this one. So at the beginning of the morning, I had the mindset of not really getting too excited, so if something like this were to happen, it would bring my mood down less than if I were to be really happy. As a result of my precautionary measure, my face was neutral throughout the graduation and the party, and it probably allowed me to get away with angrily staring at my cousin, as my facial expression could not be easily discerned from my resting neutral face of that day. Of course, I do understand something like a 5-year-old is about to stick a metal object into a power socket. They should probably be stopped by any means necessary. But a person who is almost an adult should not be told what shirt they should wear as long as it's within reason, nor should they be scolded for it. And my shirt was perfectly fine for the occasion. If you've liked this story/rant, please leave a like. I've only really done kind of like one rant video before, and it was about like people like hacking, but I classified that as a story. And also, this is like the first time ever you guys are ever seeing my face. Someone suggested it before, and I said at a greater milestone, and it also hit 50 subscribers not too long ago. Thank you guys for that, and I thought I'd try something new. So please let me know if you like the format of this video in the comments below. If you're new, please be sure to subscribe. And also, did you expect me to look the way I look from the sound of my voice? Or do I look way different? This has been Aastran, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Quickly before I end off the video, I know I said thank you for 50 subscribers, but that's because that segment was recorded while I still had around 50 subscribers. Legross shouted me out in one of his videos that he posted yesterday. So thank you to all of you who came from his channel, and I really hope that you subscribe for my content, and not just because Legross told you to do so, because I want people who enjoy my content, and I really want active subscribers. But again, thank you guys for coming, and thanks to Legross for shouting me out. As you can tell by my voice, I'm pretty tired right now. It's like pretty much 4 AM and I'm editing this video. Lol. Peace.